Okay.
All right, so we in the video we watched over Trenton and Princeton. Okay, we learned about George Washington crossing the what?
Delaware.
Across the Delaware River. Okay, George Washington crossed the Delaware. What kind of soldiers did they fight against?
German.
Where were they?
Hessian.
They were Hessian, which was also German.
They
Okay.
were hired.
Yes, they were for hire. So the British Army, in order to get even more soldiers, they paid some Germans some money to fight for them. Okay, so German soldiers called Hessians were soldiers for hire that the British paid money to fight for them.
Wait,
Yes.
so if I have this right, for the French and Indian War, the British went to debt. And so this war, paying like a whole different country to fight with them, they went in debt again,
Probably, yes. The British,
They're smart.
all you have to do is understand the British are trying to do whatever they can to win. If that requires going into debt, they'll go into debt. They're going to spend as much money as they can to try and win wars. And they did it with the French and Indian War, and it resulted in a lot of debt. Now here they're doing it again. They're spending money to try and win this war quickly. Okay, what night did George Washington choose to attack?
Christmas.
Okay, Christmas. Very good. Say that. That's why he caught them very off guard, because they were all had their guard down, expecting that no one would attack on Christmas. That everyone would be hanging out, having a good time, and here comes George Washington with his men, and they attack on the night of Christmas. What were some of the obstacles that they had to face?
Weather.
The cold, the snow.
Okay, it was C on the answer choice. They had bad weather, icy rivers, few soldiers, and fewer weapons. Okay, they had few soldiers, few weapons, but George Washington was able to overcome all of this because of his leadership. Okay, the soldiers were freezing. Lots of them in Trenton, they didn't have even like very good shoes. Some of them were wearing like sandals and things like that, and it was like snowing. Okay, so their feet were freezing. A lot of them wanted to quit and go home, and actually some of them did quit and go home. But George Washington was able to keep everything going by his leadership and by winning these battles. Okay, so that was the Battle of Trenton. Okay, remember that. George Washington crossed the Delaware. What was the weather like at Trenton?
No, it was cold.
Very cold and snowy. When did they attack?
On Christmas.
On Christmas. Very good, okay? So then we have Saratoga. Okay, how many battles were fought at Saratoga?
400.
Okay, there was 2 different battles. About how much time was between the 2? Okay, a little under a month. It was about 18 days. The first battle was September the 19th. Okay, and then the second was October the 7th. So, yeah, a month, just under a month, about 18 days. Okay, it's actually today's October the 7th, so it's
That's cool.
it was, yeah. So however many years ago that was, 1777. So it's about 250 years ago on this date. Battle of Saratoga was going on. All right. So what was General Bourgain's? Why was he waiting What was he waiting for after the first battle? You guys got it, didn't you? What did you guys write? Well, on number 2, what was he waiting for?
Cleveland to arrive.
Okay. He was waiting for more people to arrive. How did that work against him?
It took too long.
Took too long, right? The Americans jumped at their opportunity to attack. Okay, so what was the effect of that victory at Saratoga on the American Revolution? Number 3, what did you guys get? Okay, proved that the Americans could fight, but also who joined with the Americans? The French, okay? As a direct result of the win at Saratoga, it got the French to join in on the American side of the revolution. The French had already at this point been supplying the Americans with like ammo and weapons. They've been helping out the Americans, but they hadn't been actually sending in soldiers. Okay, at this point, at this point now, the French are going to actually bring troops in and actually help the Americans fight in battles, which is a big turning point. Okay, that's a big win for the Americans because now they have some big help. A person that was significant in helping with the French was a guy named Marquez de Lafayette. Okay, yep.
Didn't the French not come till there was 1 month left in the war almost?
Yeah, it was towards the end of the war, yeah. Towards the end of the war, but they're going to be a big help in those last couple battles. But there's a guy named Marquez de Lafayette, and you guys need to remember who he is, okay? He was a French guy who came over and to America and participated in the American Revolution, and because of his French nationality, he's going to be a big help in convincing the French, along with people like Benjamin Franklin, to join the Americans in their effort for independence. Okay. All right.
Hey, Coach Bolton.
Yes.
Did you know George Washington wanted Lafayette to be the first Secretary of State?
I did not.
But Lafayette declined it and said go without it.
Huh. Okay. Is that in Hamilton?
I love Hamilton.
President?
So we do what?
Who's it?
George Washington. Yes.
But did you really ask
I don't know. I don't remember
I
back.
don't think it's in Hamilton.
Wait, Sam, what did you say? I can tell you if it's in Hamilton.
Huh?
What did you say? I can tell you if it's in Hamilton.
Wait,
When
Yes.
flying-
I have a